All right, lesson 14, part B. We just did grid to polar coordinates. Now we're going to go from polar to grid coordinates. So the problem they give us is we need to convert negative 13 angular, negative 253 degrees to rectangular form. Now, I'm not even on the paper. Here we go. Now we need to remember that this hypotenuse of negative 13, when it's a negative, it is actually a reflection, and negative 253 is an angle of depression. So let's count in negative angles. We got negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. So negative 253 is going to be somewhere in here. And I'm dashing this line because, again, that is the reflection. This is the negative 13. The actual vector is somewhere on the other side over here at a positive 13. Now we have to figure out what these exact angles are. So if I take 253 and I subtract 180, I'll have 73 left over. So this angle right here is 73, which means that this vertical angle over here is also 73 degrees. So we have angle 73, we have a hypotenuse of 13, and we need to find the length of both these legs. We're going to use trig identities. So we're going to be using the SO and the CA. So SOH, CAH. All right, we'll start with sine. So sine of theta equals the opposite over the hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse is 13, so I'll fill that in. The opposite side is unknown, and theta is 73. So sine of 73 equals that. Now to solve this is really simple. I just multiply each side by 13. It's 13 times sine of 73 equals x, or the opposite side. So then we take our calculator, we type in 13 sine 73 in parentheses, enter, 12.43. That's our answer. So the opposite side of this angle is 12.43. Next, the CA identity is going to be the same thing. We're going to have cosine of theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Right? Theta is going to be the same, hypotenuse is going to be the same, so we're going to end up with 13 cosine of 73. If you need to see the math, for that, we'll go and fill the blanks. The equation would become cosine 73 equals adjacent over the hypotenuse of 13. We multiply each side by 13. 13 times cosine of 73 would equal the adjacent. So we'll type that into our calculator. 13 cosine 73. We get 3.80. So 3.80. Now these are our rectangular coordinates. And we have to deal with them in terms of a coordinate plane as far as positive and negative. So we see here on the I plane or the X plane we have positive 3.8. So we would put 3.80I, that's positive, and then here the 12.43 is actually negative, so minus 12.43J. That is our rectangular coordinate. And that's it for polar from polar to rectangular. Polar to rectangular is very simple. Rectangular to polar, a little bit more work. In the end, you'll start to get the hang of them. The hardest thing is that when you go from rectangular to polar, you end up with 4 answers instead of just 1.